Welcome to the Hendersonville, North Carolina audio public art tour. You are standing in front of the Jump Off Rock mural on the side of the Brooks Tavern building at 142 3rd Avenue East. The date of the original mural is unknown, but it is estimated to have been painted sometime in the 1920s. In 2014, the mural was restored by a local artist. Knox Crowell is a trained graphic artist and illustrator with an interest in the local history of Hendersonville. He is a former director of Henderson County Heritage Museum. In addition to restoring this mural, Knox has painted nearly half a dozen murals over the years in the area. The main subject of the mural is Jump Off Rock, a large stone outcropping on the top of Davis Mountain, which rises above Hendersonville, just a few miles to the west of downtown. It has long been a tourist destination because of its beautiful views of the surrounding Blue Ridge Mountains. The mural advertised the site and encouraged visitors to make the short drive to enjoy those vistas. Knox said it was a challenge to bring the iconic wall art back to its former glory, and he will tell us about how he did it and the challenges he faced. Knox will also give us some of the history of Jump Off Rock and Mural Park, the community where Jump Off Rock is located and where he grew up. He starts with the story of how Jump Off Rock got its name.
The story itself, as told, is that there's a Native American maiden whose lover, her brave, had gone off to battle. And that was a place where they would go and enjoy each other. And when he didn't return from battle, she would go up there and basically mourn and hope and mourn and hope. And then finally she just gave up any hopes and threw herself over the edge. I even worked on the signage up there explaining the so-called myth of the maiden and Jump Off Rock. But I kind of beg to differ with some people in that I don't believe it ever really happened. I believe that it was probably thought up around a table with cocktails by some developers. And as happens, maidens jumping off rocks, it's a romantic story and it's wonderful. So you have a promontory with a good fall by it. Hey, we've got a story. Mm-hmm. And I really think that's what happened.
Knox gave us his best estimation of when the mural may have been originally painted. Then he describes the careful approach to its restoration.
There is some speculation that it may have been around 1925 that it was originally done, but that's just a guess. There was a tremendous amount of promotion happening during that time period, and that's why we suspect it might have been then, but there's really no, it's just lost. And something could still come up in a newspaper or something, but we found nothing with looking. The challenge there was not to be creative and to stifle creativity 100%.
Yeah. My
goal there was to make it look just like it would have if it was fresh.
Right.
And there's a character on the rock you can see. I jokingly called him Walter Westinghouse because just a little stiff, little nerdy fella. And I so wanted to not have him there, have somebody else more relaxed. But no, that's what was there. It was of the time. It looks like the time. And to have changed it would have been a disaster. So the only thing we did on that mural was we did paint out a mention of the gift shop. And that was so that a fresh mural advertising a gift shop might actually have people going there. And that would be bad. We have a lot of mad tourists who would be very disappointed to not find any trace of something, for that matter, right. Even visible anymore. Yeah. So, and we just left it plain. We thought we could put something else in there, but why? So in that sense, the design of the thing is a wee bit off for having a blank area. The way the rock area is formed, there's an easy way to take a picture of the rock. And for that reason, since it's sort of a little bit out on a promontory, because of that, there are not many angles you can shoot it from or shoot pictures of it. So a lot of the images of the rock tend to be from where you can stand most readily. And it works. It's a nice view. And so it is essentially that angle. And there, for many, many years, there was no fence. Then there was a simple one put up, and more recently, one with a little bit more ornate, with the added plus that it has different mountain profiles on the fence, with a name and altitude, I believe, added. So that's a nice touch. One more thing about Jump Off that I think is interesting. Good. At the top of the mountain, there were two buildings that I remember, one from childhood. I don't know if there were two when I was a kid, but one of them was a gift shop. I was told at one point that Clifton Shipman had built the gift shop, but I think he actually repurposed one of the pavilion structures, or at least its footprint. I even have a couple pictures of my mom, unmarried at that time, dancing, because he would hold dances up there, small kind of square dance kind of things. And they would basically, in the gift shop, they just clear all the goods to the walls and clear out the open space in the middle of the floor and have their event. Both of those structures were torn down eventually, so there's not even a trace of it now. You wouldn't know it had ever happened. You would go into the gift shop, and that the exit of the gift shop would allow you to get into the rock itself.
We hope you have enjoyed seeing and hearing about the Jump Off Rock mural. Our thanks to Knox Crowell for telling us all about it. If you would like to hear about how the restoration was done and some of the challenges Knox faced in doing it, keep listening. And if you want to hear more about the mural, the history of Jump Off Rock in Laurel Park, and more about Knox's background and work, visit dotellpodcast.com and look for the episode featuring the mural and Knox Crowell. Thanks so much to our sponsor, the Henderson County Tourism Development Authority, based in Hendersonville, North Carolina. For more info, check out their website at visithendersonvillenc.org. Thanks also to the nonprofit STEEP Incorporated, STEAP, which stands for Storytelling, Education, and Arts Programs. Learn more about STEEP at steep.net. And now, more from Knox about the restoration process and the challenges he faced in completing it.
Working on that mural was a little bit of a interesting thing. I had an extension ladder of my own, and I've been up on it many times, but I hadn't been up on it for an extended period of time. And once you get up to the top of even a regular extension ladder, you realize it's a good ways down to the ground. It looks different from up there. And with my belt buckle almost to the wall, trying to get my arms as far out as I could to paint things, it became real awkward real fast. And I knew if anything that dropped was going to be another walk all the way down that ladder and back up. So I've decided since that I'm done with the ladder. I gave it to someone else. And one of the challenges was finding colors that are going to hopefully stay color fast for a long time. I was able to buy a large quantity and mix a custom color for large space. Fortunately for me, there was not a whole lot of mixing on the fly. So once I got a color, I was good for the most part. Had it been more detailed, more color changes or painterly effect, that would have made it a lot more difficult. Right. And even now you can see where it's beginning to fail in some spots. One issue with anybody reworking a mural is you are not getting rid of the substrate. So what you put on the surface is not going to be, to some degree, any better than the substrate. That wall and several other walls I see around town, water gets in behind them and you can see things kind of bubbling from behind and failing from behind. And there's simply nothing you can do about it except suggest the owner do roof work. And that's probably not going to happen, but that's just par for the course. But hopefully the colors will last longer than the original, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
My goal then, and the way I feel about it now, is that I'm hoping that 50 years from now, someone will still have a pretty good idea of what it looks like.
We hope you have enjoyed seeing and hearing about the Jump Off Rock mural. Our thanks to Knox Crowell for telling us all about it. If you want to hear more about the mural, the history of Jump Off Rock in Laurel Park, and more about Knox's background and work, visit dotellpodcast.com and look for the episode featuring the mural and Knox Crowell. Thanks so much to our sponsor, the Henderson County Tourism Development Authority, based in Hendersonville, North Carolina. For more info, check out their website at visithendersonvillenc.org. Thanks also to the nonprofit STEEP Incorporated, STEAP, which stands for Storytelling, Education, and Arts Programs. Learn more about STEEP at steep.net. Thanks for venturing on the Hendersonville Audio Public Art Tour. We hope you enjoyed it. Please like, follow, and subscribe. and tell all your friends and family about it.